Hey, what's up, guys? Spencer Rhodes here. So, Logan is a character that was introduced in Fear the Walking Dead Season 5, Episode 1, and he is someone that was really close friends with Clayton, and Clayton was the character that died last season, and his whole thing was about helping other people. He drove a truck and kept leaving boxes all over the place with supplies in them, and they said, take what you need, leave what you don't. It was just him trying to help strangers in any way that he could, leaving boxes of supplies behind and random places for random people to come by them and take the supplies they need in the hopes that it helps them. And he was just trying to be really selfless and to help others. And Logan was his friend, but he didn't quite agree with that philosophy. I think Logan is more interested in self-preservation and his own survival, and maybe if he has a group of people, he wants to take care of himself and his group, but he doesn't want to take care of random people that he never meets or never sees or never has anything to do with, because if he's leaving supplies that he might need for random people to just walk by and get, and that's kind of a waste, and it's kind of detrimental to himself to not save the supplies for himself, because it's the zombie apocalypse. They could live for years and years and years, decades. Who knows how badly you might end up needing your own supplies. You want all the supplies that you could possibly get, food, water, ammo, knives, whatever. There's no such thing as too much. There's no such thing as too many supplies in the zombie apocalypse. I mean, the zombie apocalypse could be forever, could be decades and decades and decades. You would want to stock up. So Logan didn't necessarily agree with Clayton's philosophy of just helping random strangers and throwing supplies all over the place. He's only been in one episode so far, but that's what that seems to be pretty much what his character is. And in Season 5, Episode 1, he tricks Morgan's group into looking for him, because that's what Morgan's group was doing, trying to help random people, trying to leave supplies and leave boxes. They were literally doing what Clayton was doing, trying to honor Clayton's memory and just do the right thing, doing what Clayton was doing, leaving supplies, leaving boxes for random people. And Logan ended up tricking them into looking for him, pretending like he was in danger and he needed help. He tricks Morgan's group into looking for him, and Morgan's group goes really, really far away from the denim factory, and they're at this denim factory, this denim place, and that is where Morgan's group was living at. And what Logan is doing is he's tricking them into going really far away from it so that he and his people can sneak in and take it back over, because Logan had been living there in the past. So the way Logan saw it, he was just reclaiming his old home, and he stole most of the supplies that Morgan's group had, most of the boxes, the food and weapons and stuff. He took those supplies because he doesn't believe in just giving them to random people to help them. Now, Logan's not like evil. He doesn't want to kill people. He just wants to take care of himself. That's what he told Morgan's group on the radio once he revealed what he had done, which is taking the denim factory back over. He says that he doesn't want to kill them. He just wants to basically take care of himself, and it's his old place, and he and his people might need the supplies, so they don't want to give them to random strangers. And he told Morgan's group that you're trying to help other people. It looks like you're going to have to help yourselves. So as far as villains go, he hasn't been the worst so far. Now he has the potential to get worse and worse. I mean, I'm kind of hoping that does happen. I kind of hope that he gets worse and he gets more evil. Maybe things happen and he gets pressed into making more villainous decisions, like maybe killing someone in Morgan's group. He had tried not to kill anyone in Morgan's group before, but he had been pushed into a corner, and maybe he snaps and he becomes more evil and kills someone in Morgan's group, and maybe that's a big death in the season or something, and it's a sad death, and it makes Logan more evil or something, because right now he's really not that bad of a guy. He doesn't really seem like that bad of a person. Now, I don't know him too well. He's only been in one episode, but so far it seems seems like he's just interested in saving himself and self-preservation, and he doesn't want to go out of his way to help random people and throw supplies all over the place and waste supplies. Now, that's not evil. Like I said, he could become more evil because, I mean, it seems like he's being set up as the main villain of the season, and I don't know if you'd want the main villain of the season to be a guy that's not all that bad, that's not even trying to kill the good guys. I mean, that just seems kind of, I mean, it's different, it's unique, and maybe it fits the style and tone of the the reboot of Fear the Walking Dead that started in season 4, and how the reboot sort of was more lighthearted in the first 3 seasons. Maybe that's why we have a villain that doesn't even want to kill the good guys right now. I mean, usually villains in Fear the Walking Dead and The Walking Dead, they try to kill the good guys, or they try to kill some of the good guys, like, you know, Negan, the governor, Troy. Even if they don't want to kill everyone, they try to kill certain people. You know, they pose a threat to certain people, and that's what makes them the villain. Logan really isn't posing a threat to anyone. He just wants to be left alone, and he stole their supplies. They took their place over. He's done with them as far as he's concerned right now. So maybe they'll make him more interesting and make him more villainous and more evil as the rest of the season goes on, as the final 10 episodes of the season go on. He's only been in 1 episode, and I was thinking that he might die in the first half, because usually the villains, they last half a season and they get killed at some point during the 8 episode span of the half. You know, there was the Vultures in the first half of season 4. They were introduced, they died. There was Martha in the back half of season 4. She was introduced, she died. You know, usually these villains get wrapped up in half a season, and I thought that would happen with Logan, but he's only been in 1 episode, and 5 episodes later, we still haven't seen him. So even if he's in episode 7 or episode 7 and 8, that's just 3 episodes, and that's just too short of a villain, I'd say, to really kill him off, to develop him as a villain, and then to kill him off. That just seems like they'd be rushing that. So I'm starting to think that there's a very good chance that he will live to the back half. I don't even know if he'll be in episode 7 or 8, but I'd say there's a good chance that he will be in the back half, and maybe he will be the primary villain of the back half of the season, the back 8 episodes. He will be the big threat. He will be the big source of conflict for Morgan's group, because I'm thinking the whole radiation thing, the radiated walkers, the power plant melting down, that gets resolved in episode 8. That's the end of episode 8. That's the end of the first half, and the radiation problem gets resolved, and it's its own complete 8 episode story, which is usually what happens. You can divide the season by 2 8 episode stories that have a beginning, middle, and end, almost like 2 seasons, really, just two different chapters that are complete within themselves. And episode 8, that's the end of the radiation plot line. And then episode 9 through 16, the main conflict, the main problem is Logan. Maybe the back half focuses on Morgan's group and the kids and everyone trying to get back to the denim factory, because I'm guessing that would be the next logical thing for them to do anyway. Once the radiation gets resolved, they are going to want to reclaim their old place. I mean, are they going to want to? Is Morgan going to even want to mess with this guy? I mean, Morgan's all about, you know, a peaceful solution, and Logan kind of had that. I mean, sure, they don't have their supplies and they don't have their home, but they can get a new home. So I don't know if that's going to be the main conflict. Maybe there are no other homes that are as good, and maybe they need the supplies, and maybe now that they have an army of kids, Morgan's going to try to use that to appeal to Logan's good nature and humanity, since it does seem like Logan has those things, since he didn't want to kill anyone. Morgan might try to use the kids, I say use, but like just sort of have the kids be there to be like, look, we have a bunch of kids with us now, you know, let us come back to the denim factory. We can all be together, you know, we can all live happily. I feel like that's what Morgan would say, you know, we can all be together, we can be in the denim factory, and Maybe Logan's against that, and maybe Logan shoots at them and kills someone, and that's what makes him the main villain. And maybe there's other characters besides Morgan that just don't feel the way that Morgan feels. Maybe they don't want a peaceful resolution. Maybe they're angry about what happened, and they try to kill Logan or something like that, and that's what causes the conflict. But no matter what happens, I do think that Logan will be the primary antagonist of the back 8 episodes of season 5. He will be the main conflict in episode 9 through 16, sort of like how the radiation was the main conflict for most of the first half. Logan will be the main conflict for most of the second half. He might have been in episode 1 and he caused problems, but he won't be the main villain until episode 9 to 16 or somewhere in that chunk of episodes. Anyway, that's all I have for this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't be shy. Hit that like and subscribe. I'm not going anywhere. I make 1 to 2 Walking Dead videos per day, so please hit that subscribe button. Right now we are at 563 subscribers. My goal is to try to get to 600 in the next few months. So just remember, every subscriber counts. Every bit of support matters and is very, very appreciated. Hopefully we can get to that goal of 600. Anyway, with all that said, I'm Spencer Rhodes, and I will see you guys later. Bye!